So let's say, for example, I'm an attorney and you say, I'll handle these issues for you so you don't have to deal with, spend as much time with clients. So if I'm one of those clients or plaintiffs and I'm having these financial difficulties and I call in, do you have staffing there that do they talk to you or do they talk to somebody else on your staff that can kind of run them through the process so that they understand what's going on?
Both. Both. What happens is either the client generally will call the paralegal that they're in contact with at the firm. I got to be honest, sometimes the paralegals are just, depending upon the practice, could be overwhelmed. And unfortunately, that doesn't bode well. And again, it's this problem or this challenge that personal injury attorney firms have. These guys are entrepreneurs, right? And they basically have to manage it. They want to practice law. They want their staff there to support them practicing law. And yet, because of the entrepreneurial quality of their business, they also have to kind of be this PR effort surrounding their clients, right? Which is not necessarily what they were taught in law school, right? So it's challenging, and we look to lift that burden off of them by being that kind of that. If the paralegal can then say, "Hey, look, you're looking for funding, you want a case update, call the funding company," or they will call us and say, I'm trying to get money. And by the way, they might start complaining about their attorney, God forbid, but they might start complaining about their attorney. I'm trying to call, I can't get it. I'll say, look, client, let me get a case update for you. Let me see what the status of your case is. And it's a lot easier, obviously, for the paralegal to deal with me. And it's productive because I need to get a case update from time to time anyway, because I have to monitor how the case is moving. And the client's generally asking me for money at that time, right? So it's all kind of synonymous with, and I'm not desperate where I'm calling the paralegal saying, I'm, if anything, kind of tampering down the heat and at the same time managing the client expectations and servicing the client by telling them what's going on with the case. Just be patient, Mr. Jones. Your attorney is doing a wonderful job. All of the things to advocate for that practice, because at the end of the day, and again, this gets back to what's the most valuable thing I could really provide to that attorney? Because he's not really getting paid for my service. Two things: reduce his cost burden. In other words, alleviate his staff from having to deal with a lot of this stuff, and get him a happy client at the end of the day. Because that happy client is going to get him referrals to other clients. And that costs him nothing. That really costs him nothing. So if I can accomplish those two things for that attorney practice, I'm doing a wonderful job for them. And I'm facilitating him building his practice, because cost acquisition on a referral client is zero. Versus going out and spending on social media trying to get client acquisition, and you really have no idea what you get.